Okay, let's go ahead and make your way to the mat. I'm going to have you start on your backs this morning. And when you come onto your back, just hug your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a big hug. Drive those knees in towards your chest. And then bring your head up. So you're curling into a ball. And then exhale. Release down, release your arms into cactus. Bring your feet as wide as your mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Again, take a deep breath in. And exhale. Take it again. Inhale. And exhale. And just start to acquaint yourself with your Ujjayi breath. Letting your lower back sink a little bit deeper into your mat. Maybe even tilting your head back slightly to open up the throat, that air passageway, softening across the brow. Relaxing the jaw. Just take a moment to notice how your body feels here. Go ahead and toe heel the feet so the feet are hip distance apart. Begin to rock your head from side to side. And right back to center. Blink your eyes open and send your arms over your head. Interlace your fingers and press the palms back. Tilt the pelvis slightly to make space between you and the mat into your lower back. Nice long stretch through the abdominals. And then exhale, send the lower back on, back down to your mat, and then hug this left knee in towards your chest and give a squeeze. Round out your ankle. And then release the grip from the top of the knee or shin. Interlace your hands back and behind this left hamstring and send the left leg straight. And gently draw your leg towards you. Just say good morning to that hamstring. Taking a bend back into the knee, release the grip. Step the left foot down and then hug the right knee in towards your chest. And then release that grip, send that right leg straight. Interlace your fingers behind that right hamstring. And draw your leg towards you, a little tilt of your head back. And then bend back into the knee, release the grip, set that right foot down. Then have both knees in towards your chest and curl into a ball. You're going to have the option here to rock up and down on your spine, or you can roll to either side, and then you'll slowly bring yourself up to a seated position. And bring the heads of the shoulders on back. And go with some gentle neck rolls here. And reverse. And then right back to center. Heads of the shoulders on back. Walk the hips back. Send your fingertips out in front of you and bow forward. Lengthen through the spine. And then just draw the hips back and down. So we don't want the hips lifting up off of the mat, and bow forward. Slowly coming on up and send your arms up and over your head. Take a hold of your right wrist and reach over. Come right back to center and take a hold of that opposite wrist and reach over. And right back to center. Send the fingertips up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale to reach the arms up. Clasp at the elbows. Bring your arms out in front of you. Slide the arms across the chest. Look in the opposite direction of where the elbows are. Right to center. And other side as you draw the arms across the back. Coming back to center. Inhale, lift the arms. We're going to keep one arm behind and just set that hand onto the elbow to get a stretch through the tricep. And go ahead and release and switch sides. Good, and then right back onto the elbows, holding on, framing your head. And then bring your arms out in front of you. Release the arms, lengthen your fingertips forward, heads of the shoulders back, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus your arms. Take a twist and look back and over your shoulder. And then slowly coming back, open the arms. And on over to the other side. And on the other side. And big circles here. Good. Dipping down, nice big circles. And reverse. And right back to center. Those knees draw in and send your legs out in front. Point and flex. Let's flex the feet. Draw the extra skin out from underneath you. Send your arms up and over your head. Little bend into the knees and reach forward. Maybe you're going to hook the big toes with your peace sign fingers. Maybe you're going to allow yourself to fold forward. Remember, it doesn't matter how far down you're. And then slowly coming on. And keeping the feet together, so you want to make sure that one's not going to shift in front of the other. Lengthen through the spine, heads of the shoulders back. And let's take a little twist on over to the left as you twist back. And then slowly unwind and switch sides. And unwind. Let's again send the arms up over your head. Exhale, hands to your heart. Then send the hands down the legs, gently fold forward. You may be able to get a little more length than you did last time, and if you didn't, don't worry about it. You send those hips back. You drop the chest up. Let your head and slowly a bend into the knees. A swing around of the legs coming back and behind you. And coming into just a brief child's pose. Big toes together. Send those hips back. And lengthen your arms out in front of you. Good. And slowly coming up right into top of the table. Curl your toes under. All right, so we're going to have those toes curled under. And I'm just going to have you shift the hips back. And then shift forward. And you can let yourself come out a little bit further. So the shoulders will go over the wrists. And I'm going to just have you engage your core. So you're just going to shift back and forth. So again, you don't want to let loose into the core. The idea is to keep the core tight and strong. And then when you come up this time, I'm going to have you barrel circle your hips. So you're going to swing the hips out wide. When you come back to center, you want to make sure that you are engaged in the core so that you don't collapse into your lower back. And reverse. And right back to center. Sending the right leg back. Stretch through the calf. Pick the left leg up. Send the right leg down. Get a stretch through the calf. And now you'll just walk it out. So you'll just come into these mountain climbers. Your gaze can go at the top of your mat. Staying steady with your breath. And then pause and plank. Drop your left knee down. Send the right leg over. Plant the left palm down and send your right arm up. Let's go ahead and circle this part. So it's going to require a little bit of balance on your part. So you want to make sure that you're keeping the core nice and tight, and reverse. Send the arm up. Exhale, release the hand down, right back into plank. And then let's switch sides. You're going to get the rear view now. Right leg comes down, left foot comes over that leg. From down through the palm, send the left arm up. And circle. And bring that palm down. Send that leg back. Right leg back. Let's come into a downward facing dog. And we'll walk it out here. As you bend one knee at a time, walking in place. Your head is heavy. Then neutralize. Shift forward to plank. Drop your knees down. So we're going to come into modified chaturanga. This is going to help us build our upper body strength as well as our core strength. You're going to lead with the heart. Really lower down, nice and slow. The elbows stay in tight to the body. You send both legs back like a big tail behind you. Elbows in a little cone. Exhale, soften down. Use the strength of your upper body and core to bring you back up. Toes curl under, press your hips up and back. Good job. Downward facing dog. Good. Shift forward. Come into plank. So you have this option to go onto the knees, or maybe you have the strength to lower all the way down into chaturanga, sending the legs back. Little cobra. Good. Press yourself back up. And let's find downward facing. And walk it out. Take it one more time as we shift forward. Chaturanga. Cobra. Okay, now this time we'll just come right into child's pose. We'll bring our palms together. We'll take a bend into the elbows and bring our hands up and over the back of our head. Slowly release the hands back down. Slowly come back up and find top of the table. Let's bring our hands to the right and bring our left leg up. Optional to curl those back toes under or keep the foot on down. I'm going to slowly press up from my mat, interlace my fingers, and bring my hands to the top of my thigh. Sink down. You will likely feel this into the quadricep, into the hip flexor. If it's too much for your knee, you can slide a blanket underneath. Inhale, send your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands back and behind you, either to interlace the fingers or to clasp at the elbows. Inhale, exhale. Send yourself forward and bring your arms up and over your back. So we're not going to rest our chest over the top of our thigh. We're just going to hover here. That's slowly come on up. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up. Let's square the foot off. You can inch this knee, this right knee back. And we're going to straighten out the front leg. Come onto your heel and bow over the top of your thigh. Inhaling and exhaling. Come right back into the lunge. Back toes curl under, pick the leg up. Bring your left leg back. Good. Drop the left knee down. Bring your hands to the left. Bring your right leg up. Inhale, slowly come on up. Good. And bring your hands to the top of your thigh. Noticing the difference between the two sides. Opening up this hip flexor on the opposite side. Inhale, lift your arms up. Bring your hands behind you, either a clasp of the elbows or an interlace of the fingers. Exhale, you're going to fold forward to hover over the top of the thigh. So remember, we're not resting down, so we're just hovering. And slowly release. Hands will come to rest to square off the foot. You can inch that left knee back, and you're going to straighten out the right leg. Bow over the top of your thigh. And behind. Exhale. Maybe you've taken notice between the two sides. And slowly walk those hands back up. Curl the back toes under. You're into a full lunge here. We're going to step right back into plank. Take a chaturanga. It's either going to be modified or full. We'll come into cobra. Maybe you've decided to go up dog. Hips up and back. And down. With a step, maybe a light hop to the top of your mat. We're going to look up halfway, either fingertips just below the knees or onto the mat. Exhale to fold forward. Firm down, come all the way to standing. Lifting your arms up and over your head. And exhale. Hands to your heart. All right. Now we'll stand and flow for just a little bit. All right, so inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, taking both feet back. Going chaturanga. Come through to a full cobra or up dog and press back into downward facing dog. Stepping, maybe lightly hopping to the top of your mat. Look up halfway. Fold it on forward. Firm down, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take it again, Surya Namaskar. Inhale. Exhale to fold forward. Looking up halfway. Taking both feet back. Going chaturanga. Through to cobra or full up dog. Press back Downward facing dog. Look up in between your hands. Bring both feet up. Looking up halfway. Taking that forward fold. And coming all the way to standing as you lift up. Hands to your heart. Take it one more time. Inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Long spine as you gaze up. Exhale, both feet back. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Press back. Into downward facing dog. So good job. Send the left leg behind. I'm going to fan open our hip. We're going to keep the shoulders squared off. And you're going to draw the knee all the way through. Set the foot in between the hands. Swivel the back foot down. And come into warrior two. Sinking down. Inhaling. And exhaling. Cartwheel your arms all the way down. And move through your vinyasa. Good. Downward facing dog. And send our right leg behind us and fan open the hip. Remember, we're keeping the shoulders squared off. Step the foot in between the hands. Now you'll get a rear view. But swivel the back foot down. Windmill your arms open to find warrior two. Inhaling and exhaling. Send the arms down. Back toes curl under. Right leg back. Chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Press back. Downward facing dog. Step or lightly hop to the top of your mat. Let's gaze up halfway. Exhale to fold forward. And firm down and come all the way to standing. A big lift up. Exhale, hands to settle in prayer at your heart. And arms come down at your side. And just resting in Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up. Let's get down into a chair. We're going to keep our knees together so we don't let them separate. Practice your arms. Good. Exhale to fold forward. Look up halfway. Exhale. Both feet back. Take your chaturanga. Cobra or up dog. Send the hips up and back. Meet and downward facing dog. We'll send the left leg behind. Fan open our hip. We'll step the foot in between the hands to meet warrior two. And windmill those arms up. And then bring the elbow to the top of the thigh. Reach that opposite arm out and over your ear. With core strength, and reach that opposite hand out to this side. So you brought your hand or that elbow up off of the thigh. And slowly coming back up with core strength. Sink down back to warrior two. Reach back for reverse. And then slowly cartwheel your arms all the way down. Back toes curl under. Left leg comes back. Chaturanga. Float through to cobra or up dog. Rise back into downward facing dog. Right leg behind, fan open. Stepping the foot in between the hands, meeting in warrior two. Dropping the elbow down to the top of the thigh, reaching your arm out and over your ear. And sending that right arm away, reach. And slowly come back up. Warrior two arms and come right into this reverse warrior. And exhale, cartwheel your arms all the way down and move through your vinyasa. So good job, everyone. Picked up the pace a little bit more. And just one there. Good. Come on down to your knees, playing top of the table. We'll give the wrists a break as we settle on down to our forearms. We'll send the hips up and back. And release down into this extended puppy pose. And slowly find top of the table and move through some cat-cow stretches. Just a couple more. And slowly neutralize and make your way back on down to your back. So for me, I'm just going to bring a blanket with me because I like to rest my head on the blanket, or maybe you even have a pillow. You're going to rest down. You're going to bend into the knees. Knees are pointing straight up towards your ceiling. Toes are pointing forward. So we don't want the feet turning out to the side. We want our heels in line with our sits bones. Draw the heads of the shoulders back, and let's fully connect the lower back into the mat. Your arms are down at your side. We're not going to allow our toes to float up off of the mat. So we're going to secure the feet down. I'm going to have you bridge lift as you press the hips out, and then you lower on down. We're going to take this 15 times. Really working the glutes, the core. So make sure that the lower portion, especially of the abdominals, is engaged. It's really hard to actually keep that engaged. So maybe you want to rest your hands onto the lower abdominals just to have as a guide and a friendly reminder that when you feel that disengagement, you're able to re-engage. So you should really feel this. Let's go for 4 more. We'll go 4, 3, 2, last one. As we pause here at the top, let's pulse for 15. And pulse, 2, 3. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully you felt a little bit of a burn there. Good job. Arms come out to a T or cactus. Separate the feet as wide as your mat. Roll slightly to your left hip. Drop the knees to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's come back to center. Then roll slightly onto this right hip. Drop the knees to the right. Always take your gaze in the opposite direction. And slowly bring those knees back to center. Let's meet the soles of the feet together. And we're coming into the Supta Baddha Konasana. You can always rest your hands onto the inner thighs, just way down. Let's still connect the lower back into our mats. Take the outsides of the knees, draw the knees in, and squeeze into a ball. Snuggle the feet on down and roll to either side and press yourself. All right, so this is where we will come into the restorative portion of class. So you're likely going to need some sort of bolster or stacking pillows or even cushions from the couch would work if you don't have yoga blocks. We're going to get into the lower back, but also into the inner thighs. I'm going to have you take your prop. You're going to rest it right in front of you. You're going to separate the feet, right? It may be that you'd like to have this a little bit higher, so it even could come up as high as this, okay? So if you do have yoga blocks, you could always bring the blocks up and underneath. So again, the idea is to get into the lower back and into the inner thighs. So I would prefer not to have mine that high. And then I'm going to show you from a side view. So that you're here. Right, and then you're just going to slowly lower yourself on down. Part of the work that's being done in this restorative posture is not just an opening through the inner thighs or the lower back, but it's also having the props nestle right into the abdominal areas, because that's going to give you a nice internal massage here for the intestines. So you just rest down and you're here. You exhale. Allow yourself to settle in. You can always just relax. Turn your head. Make sure you're not tight gripping onto anything. Yes, it's okay to have the shoulders round. Remember to just good, steady exhale. Just a few more breaths here. Slowly come on. Your head a little side to side. Go ahead and begin to remove your props off to the side. Shake your legs in. So I did that one with you, so I feel that as well. Let's go ahead and take this right leg, cross it over the left leg. I'm just going to go for a little bit of a twist here. Slowly unwind, send that leg straight. Switch sides. And slowly unwind. All right, so for our next pose, we're going to get into the lower back a little bit more. So we're going to counter that forward fold by doing just a little bit of a mini back bend. So you're going to take blankets and or towels, and you're going to fold them to where it's just going to align the lower back. You may choose to have a blanket for your head. That's completely optional. You can set this blanket that's going to go into the lower back. You can set it as high or as low as what feels comfortable for you. So you may prefer to have a little bit of an extra lift by adding maybe like a 1.5 blanket. Then I'm going to nestle my lower back right at the very edge. You have also an option to even have a rolled blanket underneath your knees to help support the back so that you don't have a lot of pressure that is into the back. So this one kind of requires a lot of props. Now the only thing that I want you to be mindful of here, a couple of things. We're going to want to completely surrender for one. And secondly, when you come on back, the tendency is to lift the hips up off of the mat. I want you to settle everything down. Feel that little back bend. You're going to notice that this is a big opening across the chest, lending room to open up the lungs, expand this rib cage, and really lengthen out the abdominals. Take a deep breath in. Exhale right into place. Let your heels wake up. It may take you a few moments to settle in. Relax the jaw. Just soften your eyes. Slowly start to take a bend into your knees. Roll to either side. And gently press yourself on up. And just go with some seated cat-cow stretches. Maybe even some upper body circles. And right back to center. Right, so we'll move on to our next pose. But you're going to use your yoga props if you have them, or using, say, a cushion, and then anything that you could prop the cushion up against. So we're going to bring the cushion and or the bolster up onto a block, or any way that you're able to set the bolster onto your prop. So then you're going to use a blanket if you feel as though it's necessary for you. Move some things off to the side here. I'm going to come with my lower back as close to this bolster as possible. I can go with a crisscross of my legs in front, or I'm going to go with the soles of my feet together, or I can always bring my legs straight out in front of me. Some people like this option of having the soles of the feet together so that you can get at least a little bit of a hip opening. You nestle on back, you fold back and over. You bring your arms out to the side. Now the further away you bring your arms, the deeper chest expansion. So now that we're elevated, we can let the arms hang really heavy here. Try not to have floating arms, so at least get the arms down, even if you need to support and prop them up. That way you get that big chest expansion. You're gonna recognize which side might need a little more opening. And your lower back, once again, is getting some TLC, but we're getting a massage here of the kidneys. So maybe this feels really good to some of you. And it's not as deep of a back bend, it's more supported. Take a deep breath in. settle and surrender into this pose. Just how your body feels. Right. Let's go ahead and draw our knees together. And roll to either side. Rest yourself on that. Just do a little bit of upper body movement. And then we'll take one more restorative pose prior to coming into our Shavasana. So you're gonna, if you do, again, have those yoga props. You're gonna go ahead and take your blocks and you're gonna bring a bolster on top of the blocks. Otherwise, elevate some cushions. sometimes even if you have a low enough bed or your couch, you can always swing your legs up and over and rest. And you're just here elevating the legs. Again, bringing your hands maybe down to your side. You can rest them on your belly. You can have one hand on your heart, one hand on your abdomen. Or you can go into cactus. And take a deep breath in. Exhale. So you have the option to stay here for your Shavasana. You can take a bend to the knees and gently come out of the pose and make your way into a traditional Shavasana. That's going to be entirely up to you. Once you make your way into settling into Shavasana, you'll take a deep breath. Go with a big exhale out, come out. And you'll rest here peacefully in Shavasana. slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Send either arm up and over your head. Roll to either side and gently push yourself to seated. Inhale, reach your arms up and over your head, and exhale, bring your hands to rest in prayer at your heart. Thank each of you so much for joining me here this morning. I'm so grateful to guide you. And I'm wishing each of you a happy, healthy, and safe rest of your day. Namaste. All right, how's everyone doing?
Great.
Oh, good. Good, I went a little bit over, sorry.
That's okay.
But I think we started a few minutes late, so I wanted to make sure everyone
It's worth it.
got all the goodness.
Yeah. Is that, Bronwyn, is that the beeping on your end?
Yes, and
Yes.
that, unfortunately, is a low battery. It's an alarm to let me know that I've got a low battery over here. So
Right.
it's either something I'm going to get fixed if I'm able to stay here,
Oh,
or
okay.
I'm not going to get it fixed because it won't be my responsibility anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't want to spend money on something that's not going to, but yeah. So that happens about every 2 or 3 years. And I would have to call someone's service
Right.
and handle it because I can't change out that battery on my own.
Yeah. I thought it was at my end a couple of days ago. So that's why I was asking. And then I heard it again this morning. So
Yeah, no, it's on my end and I have to call someone for service. But I'm trying to see if maybe I might be able to stay in this space a little bit longer.
oh, okay. Oh,
So we'll see. But if not, then I'm going to be moving the location of it. So, but I don't want to be putting forth extra funds into a place I'm not staying.
oh, that's understandable. Yeah. No problem. I just curious.
Yeah, is it really bothersome?
No.
Okay.
We all thought it was our own fire things.
Yeah, it goes off like every 20 minutes. I've kind of timed it, and I'm like, oh man. So we'll see. And it's an expensive battery to replace. I think it's like $200 or $300.
Then it doesn't bother me at all. I was just worried it was one of mine in the house and I was going to have to go looking, that's all.
No need to search. It's over
Yeah.
here.
Okay. All right.
We found it. So, yeah, let me know if anybody needs anything. You can email me. You know how to get in touch with me.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Any questions? Everyone's good?
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow. Now, remember, tomorrow's at 4:00.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.